So Justin Baldoni's lawyer just responded to Blake Lively's motion to dismiss herself from the case or dismiss his lawsuit outright. Says Blake is abusing the legal system, slams her motion to dismiss the lawsuit. We have got to get into the details.
Hollywood Reporter asked Jenny to compare the making of It Ends With Us versus her new TV show. And she responded saying, I don't have anything to say about that. Everything is its own thing.
In a recent revelation that has sent shockwaves through Hollywood, Matt Damon has brought to light what he describes as the troubling agenda of the ever-charming couple, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Known for their charisma and seemingly idyllic family life, Damon suggests that beneath their playful banter and meticulously curated social media presence lies a carefully orchestrated scheme.
Documents which prove exactly what she did and how she bullied her way through the process to take over the movie and used her PR people to try and destroy Justin. There's a number of different defendants here. Stephanie Jones will be all over this complaint. That is the PR agent who was supposed to be working for Justin Baldoni. Leslie Sloan, who's another PR agent who will be part of this lawsuit. That was Blake Lively's. Blake Lively will be sued, and we're carefully considering other people that will be sued also. Ryan Reynolds, for sure.
Aimed at self-promotion and brand building that borders on the conspiratorial. Damon, with his characteristic candor, expresses a mix of frustration and intrigue at being drawn into this narrative, crediting Lively for putting it on his radar.
We plan to release every single text messages between the two of them. We want the truth to be out there. We want the documents to be out there. We want people to make their determination based on receipts.
He acknowledges that while it's endearing that their 7-year-old daughter was cast in a film, the context raises significant eyebrows. The film in question involves humor that is decidedly inappropriate for a child, highlighting the questionable decisions made by the couple.
Friedman, Justin Baldoni's lawyer, is now speaking out and saying, hey, she's trying to take advantage. She's trying to take advantage of the legal system. She's abusing the legal system. And what she's doing is wrong. Okay. And what he filed is absolutely 110% within his rights. Let's get into this article here. This is very interesting. Justin Baldoni's lawyer is firing back at Blake Lively's attempt to cut herself out of this ongoing legal drama surrounding the film It Ends With Us. Brian Friedman tells TMZ Miss Lively's recent motion to dismiss herself from the self-concocted disaster she initiated is one of the most abhorrent examples of abusing our legal system. I agree. She's the one who filed this lawsuit. She went to New York Times, started a whole smear campaign defaming Justin Baldoni, making him lose all this money, making him get fired from his agency and all that stuff. Those are all grounds for defamation, for sure. It's destroying his name, it's destroying his finances, etc. That's huge. That's definitely defamation. Friedman says stringent rules are put into place to protect the innocent and allow individuals to rightfully defend themselves, while noting laws are not meant to be twisted and curated by privileged elites to fit their own personal agenda. Absolutely. I agree with that too. It doesn't make any sense for them to sit there and say, oh yeah, well, if it doesn't, I don't like this lawsuit, so therefore this was done out of revenge. That's what it is. Take me out of this situation. This whole thing's wrong.
Damon's commentary suggests that no responsible parent would want their child to be associated with jokes that involve adult themes, particularly those that could be deemed offensive or inappropriate. As Damon delves deeper into the couple's public persona, he posits that every witty tweet, every perfectly curated Instagram post, and every philanthropic gesture is less about genuine human connection and more about maintaining a meticulously crafted public image. With a knowing smile and a hint of sarcasm, he questions whether their seemingly perfect facade is merely clever marketing or if there is something far more calculated at work.
Blake Lively was trying to get out of the lawsuit, same way that Ryan Reynolds, her husband, was trying to get out of this lawsuit as well, basically saying that what he's saying was true about his claims about Justin Baldoni were true, and that, of course, he is exacting or exercising his First Amendment rights. Now, of course, we heard Blake Lively wanting to get out. She said that he filed this lawsuit out of retaliation, out of revenge. And she was saying, hey, it's wrong for him to do that, and it's absolute BS.
This raises the unsettling possibility that their public interactions are not spontaneous, but rather scripted performances designed to captivate and manipulate the masses. Damon's observations imply that from the moment the cameras start rolling, Reynolds and Lively seem to have scripted their lives down to the finest detail.
I bet some of you women never thought you'd be on the same side as Joe Rogan, but I'll tell you, I love Joe Rogan's takes on so many things. I love it because he talks about a variety of things, right? He questions things, he asks the questions, he has a variety of people on his podcast. Not everything I agree with, trust me, but this is so great. It's like 4 guys sitting around watching boxing, eating snacks, drinking sodas, whatever, and talking about real life things. Because these are men who could easily have been in the same position as Justin Baldoni. And they're saying that no one ever fights back because it's the machine.
He notes that the couple's every move appears to be less a matter of chance and more a well-rehearsed performance designed to capture the public's adoration. Reynolds, with his razor-sharp wit and uncanny ability to twist even the most mundane moments into viral gold, has long been the king of self-branding.
The Hollywood Reporter, if you look at them exposing the 2 women that were, named but not named in Blake Lively's amended lawsuit, they call out Isabella Ferrer and Jenny Slate by name. When you look at the date that it was actually published, it was published the 19th at 1:18 a.m. That's an hour and 18 minutes, hour and 19 minutes if we're being generous, after Blake dropped her amended lawsuit and submitted it.
His every tweet and cheeky quip is a strategic move, a deliberate push towards creating a persona that is as approachable as it is enigmatic. And who is always by his side in this grand production? None other than Blake Lively, whose presence is not just about being the supportive spouse.
I'm actually kind of mad at her for putting this on my radar, so I'm giving her credit, but also want to say, Steph with the deets, this was a deet that I did not need. I did know that Ryan had cast his 7-year-old daughter, Inez, in the Deadpool movie. Okay, cute, she's 7, she's ready to be in a film. Maybe this wouldn't be the film of choice for me. No person, I don't care how funny you think you are in Hollywood, would want their precious daughter, of all people, to make comments about Hugh Jackman's penis being in their father's mouth.
Hey, when I want your opinion, I'll take Wolverine's out of your mouth.
Which, to her credit, she really didn't want to say, and then came back later and said, I want to say it now, when I started looking at other people to play.
He basically says, oh, well, I started looking at different actors and actresses, and then that's when she said, I do want to do it. Wildly manipulative to do to a 7-year-old kid.
Damon suggests that Lively is actively participating in this masterclass of media manipulation, orchestrating a narrative that Hollywood, with its endless appetite for authenticity, cannot help but devour. The saga, as Damon portrays it, is one of calculated charm and deliberate misdirection.
Blake is abusing the legal system. 3 exclamation points. Brian Friedman tells TMZ Miss Lively's recent motion to dismiss herself from the self-concocted disaster she initiated is one of the most abhorrent examples of abusing our legal system. Friedman says stringent rules are put into place to protect the innocent and allow individuals to rightfully defend themselves, while noting laws are not meant to be twisted and curated by privileged elites to fit their own personal agenda.
While the public revels in the apparent spontaneity of their social media banter and the seeming ease with which they navigate the pitfalls of fame, Damon suggests that behind the scenes, every move is carefully planned. Every Instagram caption is written with the precision of a seasoned PR strategist, and every public appearance is choreographed to perfection, ensuring that their image remains untarnished and irresistibly appealing. Damon's critique extends to the couple's philanthropic efforts, which have not escaped his scrutinizing eye.
Justin Baldoni is firing back after Blake Lively filed a lawsuit against the actor, accusing him of unprofessional and sexually inappropriate behavior on the set of It Ends With Us. She also accused him of coordinating a smear campaign.
Was there a coordinated smear campaign to bring down Blake Lively?
100% no.
Baldoni is now suing the New York Times after the paper published a story about Lively's allegations.
Do you plan to sue Blake Lively?
Absolutely.
You will?
Yes.
Baldoni claims that the text messages in Lively's lawsuit were taken out of context or excluded. The New York Times said in a statement that they stand by their reporting and plan to vigorously defend against the lawsuit. Lively said previously that she hopes her suit helps pull back the curtain on these sinister retaliatory tactics to harm people who speak up about misconduct.
Every charitable donation and public endorsement of a social cause is painted with the broad strokes of generosity. Yet in Damon's view, there lies an undercurrent of calculated self-interest. The acts of giving are impeccably timed and perfectly aligned with their public image.
In his statement to TMZ, Friedman reiterated, as we said yesterday in response to Mr. Reynolds' same cowardly measures, we will continue to hold Ms. Lively accountable for her actions of pure malice, which include falsely accusing my clients of harassment and retaliation. Friedman summed it up by saying Blake's fantastical claims will be swiftly debunked as discovery moves forward, easily disproved with actual evidentiary proof,
leading one to suspect that their benevolence is less about altruism and more about reinforcing their carefully curated personas. The irony is not lost on Damon. In a world that prizes genuine goodwill, these gestures ring hollow.
Joe Rogan has entered the chat. Who has not entered the chat when it comes to these two? And this crazy story of Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds, because Joe Rogan has officially blasted Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Welcome to the club for suing.
You've been following the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively thing?
Bro, Blake Lively, talk about ruining your reputation, and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, they fucked up. Ryan's trying to get out of it now. He's trying to get out of the lawsuit. And they're like, you were a key part of this.
This is what you get, though. This is what you get. You're trying to fucking ruin a guy's livelihood by using the Me Too movement?
Because they were trying to take over the movie.
Yeah.
They were trying to take over the movie and the whole franchise. He owned the franchise.
They're fucked,
The whole
man.
thing's crazy.
They're fucked.
And he's suing the New York Times, and he's got a great case
He's going
there,
hard
too.
in the paint. But that's what it takes.
That's what it takes.
It's like Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
He's like, all right.
Yeah.
He did it for the boys.
Exactly. You got to do it.
You need real motherfuckers to be like, nah, man, I ain't going out like this.
Yeah, especially a guy like that. It was like known as being like this really sweet, nice guy.
Yep.
And then it's like, all right,
Dude,
enough.
he posted the receipts.
Oh,
He's like, oh,
receipts are
remember our
crazy.
tech exchange?
How about she told him to come into the dressing room while she was breastfeeding? And then part of the complaint was that he came into the dressing room while I was breastfeeding. They just never thought that anybody was going to come out with the receipts.
Because no one's ever done it, because everyone usually just bows
Because everyone's
down.
scared.
Yeah.
Because Ryan Reynolds A-list, Blake Lively A-list. Like, don't, they're the queens.
That's like 18.
Oh, is it over?
Yeah, we missed it.
God
It's
damn it.
2025. That shit's over, man.
18 up against.
Serving as mere backdrops to an ongoing performance. As the narrative unfolds, Damon makes a pointed observation about the couple's digital presence. In an age where every personal interaction can be broadcast to millions, Reynolds and Lively have turned their social media accounts into veritable gold mines of engagement.
It's Justin Baldoni versus the machine of Hollywood. Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively. And the thing is, using that Me Too movement, which is a woman using the words sexual assault or sexual harassment, everyone bows down. They're like, we can't fight back. But Justin Baldoni said, "No, not this time. I've got the receipts to prove it." And everyone sees through the bullshit, okay? I mean, of course, not everyone. There are definitely some people out there that will still believe Blake until the day they die, but most people see through the bullshit. And I love it. I love it when the worlds collide. I am definitely into this one. Now, do you think that Ryan Reynolds was a fan of Joe Rogan before this? And do you think this is gonna really upset him? I think this is a huge blow to Ryan Reynolds' ego.
They share glimpses of their lives that are equal parts relatable and aspirational, creating a narrative that blurs the lines between celebrity and the everyday. However, according to Damon, what appears as spontaneous and unscripted is, in fact, the result of meticulous planning and a deep understanding of the digital zeitgeist. Their online personas are not reflections of their true selves, but rather projections carefully designed to seduce the public into a constant state of admiration and envy. As the discourse around celebrity culture evolves, Damon's observations remind us that there is always more than meets the eye. The glittering facade of Hollywood, once a sanctuary of dreams and artistic expression, has transformed into a battleground for influence and relevance.
So they wrote in the last paragraph, late last night, which was what I said, I tweeted this, late last night while we all slept, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds filed a protective order. The guilty as sin couple is asking a judge to protect from the public some confidential documents and names that will be gathered in the discovery process. And then after they put my tweet, they write, predictably, the media outlets picked up the same narrative. Okay, yeah, but that's what you did. Like, what am I guilty of here? Leading the pack of people, like, because, like, what, we're psychotic and we're checking your filings every day? And we said, oh, look, yeah, she's filing for more protection to protect, she thinks it's confidential documents. We just read through this. We showed the public that's what you're doing. So I don't understand why I got name checked here. And then just to say, predictably, the media outlets picked up the same narrative. They're like, they got me out here looking like Regina George when she cuts her shirt. And then everybody just starts cutting their shirts. It's like, no, I'm just telling the truth.
In this arena, every smile, every laugh, and every charitable act is a maneuver in a high-stakes game of image control. Reynolds and Lively have mastered this game, turning every personal moment into a public spectacle and every private conversation into a headline. In the midst of this chaos, Blake Lively is still being celebrated by friends, with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce reportedly hosting her birthday bash. Despite the ongoing drama, the couple continues to navigate the complexities of fame, leaving us to ponder the implications of their carefully curated lives on the concept of authenticity in a world that values spectacle above all. In conclusion, as we reflect on the implications of Damon's critique, we are left to consider the broader questions surrounding celebrity culture.
Blake Lively is definitely not everyone's favorite person right now, but that will not stop her friends from throwing her a birthday bash, it seems. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are hosting Blake Lively's birthday bash in Rhode Island. On Saturday, TMZ had got photos of Taylor and Travis at the Rhode Island mansion. But it turns out it is not just a romantic getaway for the two, they're going to be throwing a birthday bash. Because later in the day, the birthday girl, Blake, showed up with her husband, Ryan Reynolds, and they were seen smooching outside the house. And Travis Kelce's brother, Jason Kelce, also flew in for the event, along with Bradley Cooper. So I would guess that Gigi Hadid would also be there. And reportedly, Patrick and Brittany Mahomes are also there. And TMZ says the weekend retreat couldn't come at a better time for Blake, who's been dealing with all the It Ends With Us drama between her and Justin Baldoni. Oh, you mean the drama that Blake Lively created? Yeah, poor her.
Are we witnessing the rise of a new era where authenticity is sacrificed for the sake of marketability? And if so, what does that mean for our understanding of fame, connection, and the human experience in an increasingly curated world? The saga of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us that behind the glitz and glamour lies a complex web of strategy and self-interest, challenging us to look beyond the surface and question the narratives we consume.